Hey guys, welcome back. It's our last day here in Gatlinburg. We're actually gonna just put the rest of our stuff in the car and then grab breakfast and then hit the road.
I need some coffee.
Yeah, not sure exactly how far we're getting, if we're getting all the way home or not, but we're gonna just hit the road and see what happens. We'll take you with us. All right, so breakfast today is a little different. They have a little egg, I don't know how to say it, Frito? But I got another hard-boiled egg, some bacon, and a little blueberry scone. There's Mars and her breakfast. She almost got the same thing I did. She's not happy about her egg fritter.
Frittata.
Yes.
I want scrambled eggs.
That's right, frittata. I couldn't remember what it was called,
This
so I called it a
good.
fritter. Or I think I said Frida. I don't know. I'm trying some of these waffles today. I'm doing the cinnamon roll batter one. Almost ready. Here are my little waffles. After breakfast, we hit the road, headed out of town, and got right onto the freeway. As we were driving, though, I started thinking and noticing the little sticker in our upper window corner that you get after you get your oil changed. Reminder when to do it again, and we were over by a few weeks. um, so anyway, knowing we had a long drive and we just put a ton of miles getting up here to Tennessee, and then having to go back, I was starting to get nervous. I didn't want any car trouble, so looked up Valvoline oil change place, which is where we normally go if we don't get it at the dealership. Found one that was going to be open and got there. I believe this was in Knoxville, if I'm not mistaken, and got it all taken care of. It's something we had to do anyway. We just did it in Tennessee. But felt much better afterwards. We had that peace of mind that we weren't going to have any car trouble, at least not related to the oil change. So this is us sitting at Valvoline. We stopped at a rest stop just outside Athens, Tennessee. We're close to Chattanooga in the state line. But a little chance to stretch our legs, use the restroom, and get some air, and then we will be back on the road. It looks pretty nice here. Some vending, restrooms, another Blue Star Memorial. Here's the vending machines. A lot of drinks, all Pepsi products. The vending is a little sad. I know there's a glare on it, but they're out of tons of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, definitely need to be serviced for the snacks, but the restrooms were clean, I thought, and there's a little lobby inside. And
It's air conditioned. I really like that.
yeah, I mean, as far as rest stops go, I thought this one was pretty good. So anyway, back in the car we go and onward. All right, so we pulled off again. We are still in Tennessee. We're basically in Chattanooga, and we are Little Debbie Park, like Little Debbie snack cakes.
Hey, and then go stand by the sign.
Okay, here you go. I guess it's technically the city of Collegedale. So here's the view of the park. It's pretty big, so we're gonna kind of walk around. They got a lot of nice places to sit. This swinging bench, this is cool. And it's not too bad. It's 78 degrees, sun shining. Got the nice hills around us. It's very pretty out here. Very scenic. Dogs are allowed, and they have little potty stations and areas and things. The car or the cow. So Jack's Cookie Company. Interesting, interesting. Let's see. 1940s.
It's open sunrise to sunset for the park.
Okay, yeah, Mars, in case you didn't hear, Mars says it's open sunrise to sunset. But here's little Debbie herself. That's cool. Let's take a look at her. She's got some They're little roll cakes. Now they're not Hostess, but they're pretty good. Skip ahead to the 70s here. And there's Little Debbie. And there's the rolls. So that's what we were just looking at there. The Swiss cake rolls. And then these are one of my favorite things is trees. And they have a little, I guess like statue type thing of that too. So we'll get to that here pretty soon.
What do you do with these things?
You can put them in the freezer. They're delicious.
You have open the freezer. Like, why do you have cake?
You can put a lot of them in there, like ho-hos, which I know is Hostess, but you can put a lot of these in the freezer and they taste real good. Looks like there's a little bridge way over there.
So big.
Yeah, this place is huge, and then it spills into these things. They're just more like rec areas, it looks like,
Yeah,
and like you can rent out for things.
Yeah, it says the company built this for the enjoyment of the paper.
Yeah, so it's all public. Very nice. As you can see, it's very well kept, clean. There's plenty of trash cans, and they're the ones designed to keep, you know, animals and things out. So well protected. And then they have these areas here that are kind of left natural with kind of like wildflowers and such. Yeah, yeah, there's the bridge I was telling you about. So it goes over further beyond the tree line here, and then there's a walking path that goes around. You see the guy riding his bike out there. So yeah, this is a really, really large park. So in case you're wondering too, there is a Little Debbie like factory here. They're not open today, and they don't do tours right now. They do normally have a store that's open Monday through Friday. Check their website though, because I'm sure the hours change from time to time. But if you are here during the week, you could go visit their store. Unfortunately, today is Saturday, so they are not available for us today. But that's still, you know, that's why Little Debbie's just down the road, basically. The Christmas tree snack cake over yonder. They got this little one coming up here. They got this little play area, or
like music.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like music themed. So here's this first snack. It's a little like wafer one. That's fun. So it's hard. I was curious what it would be made of, but pretty cool. Look at the kind of musical equipment that you can play around with, and then more swing benches. Looks like there's some like a zip line over here, which is cool. Also, I don't know if you can see back here behind the seats, that hill.
That would be fun to slide down.
Yeah, I'm sure they do something with that where you can slide down. And it seems like they've repaired the grass and stuff before, so I'm sure they have some fun stuff up there.
Obstacle course over there with those rubber mounds.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and there's the other side.
Yeah, there's some whatever those are. They're like acorns.
No, over here. This one's climbing up.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those crispy bugs.
Yeah. So you can see the park there. A lot of stuff to play on. It's fun. Here's that big hill now. It's pretty tall.
You could do a slip and slide there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing, you know, just elevation wise, I'm guessing that's 30, 40 feet, not a little more. And then, you know, the incline, like, it's pretty good.
Oh, look at that rock climbing wall.
Yeah, the climbing wall is really cool. You know, definitely don't see those in California. Those big giant acorns are cool.
Yeah.
And there's mine. This cookie thing, now that we're a little closer.
Like a whoopie pie.
Yeah. And sorry, I don't know all the names to Debbie's snack cakes actually. I'm actually more of a Hostess person. There are restrooms here, yeah. Water fountains.
Dog fountains.
And then this covered seating area. Some nice flowers out here.
one's got a little ant in it.
Yeah, I saw some like little bees flying around and stuff, so it's cool. Oh, supposed to look at some of the play area stuff. Here's this rock wall thing, which is really cool. I would have loved this as a kid. Doubling back a little bit to this chocolate one that we had to skip earlier, so it was occupied. But this one's got the little candies on it. Kind of cool. Actually, it looks like a rock climbing wall. And then this is my favorite one, the Christmas tree cake thing. Then you go around it. It's pretty sweet. You can see it's pretty tall, about 5.5 feet tall. So we are at Pretty Little Tacos, and this is Martha's 7-layer burrito.
So it looks super good.
Yeah, and I got some yellow corn and just some steak tacos with cilantro and onion. Looks really good. So we stopped at Buc-ee's and look what I found. Little Debbie Cosmic Brownie. Looks familiar. Nutty Buddy. Yeah. And the Swiss rolls. They won't have the Christmas trees because it's out of season, and it looks like they only have the double oat milk cream, but it's basically this. Now you get the idea. Thought that was pretty sweet since we got to see giant versions of them earlier. Well, while we were inside, it decided to start raining. Yeah, it's raining pretty good. So we are gonna wait it out. Alright, we're stopping again, just use the restroom, stretch our legs. We're, I don't know, maybe a half hour or so from the Georgia-Florida state line, something like that.
We're in Cook County.
Yeah, we're in Cook County. We're at the Cook County rest stop number 6. Here's a little bit of what it looks like. Not as nice as the last one, but... Oh, that's interesting. Milk, huh? So they do have multiple, men and women's, and then they have water and bottle fillers. Alright, so we're back home, and here are some of the things we bought. Like I said, I was collecting patches. Been doing that to places we've been traveling to when I can. And then stickers as well. And the stickers I just been putting in the garage on the shelving and my tool chest and a few things. Here's some postcards that we got. Um, as I am recording this a couple months after we went here, I'm not sure we mailed those out yet. Sorry. Hopefully we will soon if we haven't. There's the cost for these. So you see there's the stamps that we bought for our booklet, the patches, the stickers. Honestly, I didn't think it was that bad. $33. For some souvenirs to commemorate our trip. I thought that was pretty reasonable, all in all. Here's some of the moonshine that we bought. Now, I was disappointed to see that I could buy this here. I'd never seen it before, but I happened to go to a different sort of local liquor store, if you will. It's a Florida store. It's called ABC Liquors, and they're around this area, and they happen to have it. So, so I guess I kind of got taken there. But here's my receipt from that. It's all good. I'm not really that upset. I mean, let's face it. I get some strawberry moonshine either way. There's no downside there. This is, I think, one of the very first places we went to, and I picked up a sticker. A couple stickers, yeah. Here's the first one, little tiny one, just says Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and then here's my second one for Gatlinburg. I thought it was cool, kind of a funky text. I like this one a lot. I know you guys can't feel it, but man, it has a really cool texture to it. It's a really kind of a thick sticker as well. This is our first night eating, and these are some key lime cookies that I bought from. It's actually that cookie store where I hugged the cookie jar guy out front. And this was our tasting, so it was $5 each. We got to taste. I think it was at least six different moonshines, in little tiny, not even full shot glasses, but still a fun experience. And for $5, well worth the time. All right, guys. So here's future Nate doing the outro because we didn't do one again. Um, Let me start with this. We had a great time. This really was kind of an impromptu trip. We had talked about going up here at some point, checking out the Great Smoky Mountains, going to Gatlinburg, just seeing the area. We didn't go to Pigeon Forge really. We kind of drove through it. We'd love to go to Nashville, Memphis. Like Tennessee has a lot of really interesting places, and then just driving up through the way that we went up 75 and a few of the other highways, there's of course like any place, right? There's a ton of more things that we discovered either through billboards or through advertisements or brochures. When we stopped places, we'd read through things. So, you know, tons of reasons to go back. So we definitely hope to in the future. But this was great. This was we got up there July 4th, Independence Day, which was amazing. It was really cool um to spend the 4th of July in Gatlinburg, just somewhere different, somewhere new. They did a really cool fireworks show. It was, hopefully you saw in our first video of this trip. It was funny. We decided the night before. It just says, hey, why not? Why don't we do it? We had the time off because of the holiday. Kind of gave us a 4-day weekend. Just thought about how long it would take us to drive, and we looked up some hotels real quick. And Mara says, "Hey, here's the hotel." I looked at it, seemed reasonable. Says, "Hey, you know what? Book it. Let's go. We'll wake up early." And that's kind of how it happened. So I'll be honest, that made it kind of extra special and made it more fun in a certain way, right? There's one thing to anticipate a trip, and that can be fun and exciting too, and get ready for it and all the things, right? But this was also just as fun because it was here, and you're on the road, and hey, we're doing it. Here we go. We're driving. So, um, I throw that out there just because I think sometimes, us included, we can't always say yes, but I definitely think there's probably a lot of folks who think of stuff like that and then talk themselves out of it. Do it. Just at least once. Do it. Just go. Make it up as you go. It's fine. It'll work out. I guarantee it will not be as bad as you might think it could be, right? Without planning things for weeks and weeks. Having said that, though, again, our last day here was fun coming back. I had seen the Little Debbie Park somewhere, probably somewhere on YouTube, and so I knew it existed. Right, that's the biggest challenge. There's so many like cool little things throughout the country. It's hard to know where they all are, but because of that, I was like, I was pretty certain it was Tennessee, and yeah, sure enough, it was. So that was really cool. And then the fact that it was along the route we needed to go, obviously was great. I didn't have to drive too far off to go see it. The Great Smoky Mountains was amazing. We had a good time. You saw how easy it was to get around. I mentioned that in the outro of that video. It was super easy, and being the most visited national park out of all the parks in the country, first of all, that statistic shocked me. I had no idea. It was super easy to get around. Yeah, there was a few spots that I think parking was pretty full, but you just got to get up early, and you do have to have kind of a plan for that, right? At least know which trail you're going to do that day. But I've gone to Yosemite many times because it used to essentially be in my backyard. Um, it is incredibly crowded up there. It is difficult to drive around. It's always packed. You're in a line of cars. It's just crazy. When I was a kid, we went to Yellowstone. I can remember being in a line of cars too. We would love to go back and go camping a few nights. That would be fantastic. And I think the information is easily available. Not just because of the internet, which is an obvious one these days. It's everyone's go-to, but what we found at the ranger stations and even through the website for the national park, very thorough, very good. I think you could find all the information you need. So that was really easy. And as far as driving from Central Florida to and from Gatlinburg, super easy. You saw in that last video, we stopped several times. In fact, I forgot we stopped so many times until I was editing the video. There's always a rest stop or a place to pull out, a small town, whatever, whether it's a restroom break, food, drink, that kind of stuff. There was everything you need. I don't think there was any stretches that you felt so like like desolate that if you broke down or something you'd be in real trouble. I never felt that way. We had cell service the whole time. I actually took a call from Klingman's Dome trail. um, uh, my work needed something and I'm always on call as a facilities manager, and I'll be darned, my phone rang and we're up on the trail, up on top of the mountain, and I got reception. So I would say pretty much everywhere we went we had cell service. Anyways, I know I'm kind of rambling a little bit. I'm just trying to hit on a few points that we maybe don't always talk about, but that I wanted to get out there. Being that this was a last minute road trip, that it was a fairly far road trip too. This is definitely one of the farthest I've ever gone for a quick weekend type road trip. Um, and it was fantastic. It was really great. The lodging was great. The staff there was wonderful. Getting into town was really easy. There was very few highway changes. We got on the 4, and then I think we took 429, and then that put us onto the 75. But essentially, you could almost say we took 75 all the way up. I think it changed again somewhere near Knoxville, but very few highway changes and just an easy drive. It did rain on us a couple times, but it was not that bad. In fact, or two of the few times we were indoors or we were driving, so we actually sort of missed it in a sense, right? We didn't get wet. Um, but anyway, had a great time. Tennessee was a wonderful host. We would love to go back, love to go to new places, love to see these places again in a little more depth, to spend some more time there. So, um, just yeah, I don't think anything bad to say, I guess, is really the sum of it. We had a great time. All right, I think I've summed it up now. I'm just sort of repeating myself and rambling. Sorry. We had a great time. You should definitely go. Period. All right. Thanks for sitting through my rambling. We appreciate you guys watching our videos, though. If you haven't, please subscribe and click that like button. It does help us out. And till the next adventure, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.